Yo, fellow comrade, what is good with you? Back in black with another enlisted video. Today I got something a little more new, fresh, and exciting for y'all. In my personal opinion, we are doing something that has been suggested to me for a while actually by my subscribers. I just haven't gotten around to it for some odd reason, but today we're doing a map tier list or some map ratings, however you want to refer to it. Enlisted, you know, one of the big complaints is that this game does not have enough maps in the game, entirely speaking. But what I will say is that they do have a lot of good maps, and essentially what they do is that they take really big maps, historically made I should say, because they take aerial photographs and, you know, actually do research on what the area was like back in, you know, the actual time frame which these battles were taking place. So, you know, there's a lot of detail that goes into these maps, and they are really good. The only complaint is that we just want more of them. So that just goes to show how good the maps are, generally speaking. Of course, some are better than others. So basically, I just wanted to go through all the maps. We're going to assign them ratings from S to, I want to say, maybe D tier. And then, yeah, just let me know what your opinions are down in the comment section below. Let's get into it. Oh, one more little side note before I get started. I know people actually go to the tier maker website normally to do these kind of things, but you will find that clearly I play on console, so I can't do that. And I figured it would be more entertaining for you guys to have, you know, gameplay running in the background while I talk about this kind of stuff. So yeah, that's just my personal opinion. You guys let me know what you think down in the comment section. Let's get started. So I think I'm going to start off with everybody's favorite campaign, or maybe not everybody's favorite, but at the very least the most popular, which is Normandy. And the first map we're looking at is Airfield. And what do I have to say about Airfield? I will say that Airfield is one of the pretty much the most unique map in the game. And the simple reason for that is because it's one of the only, if not the only map that has a gimmick to it, if you know what I mean. And when I say gimmick, what I mean is a secondary objective, because they have these barrage balloons that are spread throughout the map, and if you are a pilot, you can actually shoot these down. Specifically on offense, you can actually shoot these down and generate more tickets or lives for your team to actually continue attacking the objective. And this is a really cool feature, a really cool gimmick, whatever you want to call it, and it's something that the devs said they were going to implement into more maps. They just never did. I don't know what happened or why they didn't do it, but I guess it's just a false promise. And yeah, I mean, it's really great. It's a really great feature if you are on offense, and if you're having a hard time winning on that map, you can always just hop in a plane and actually do something about it. So automatic S tier just for having that gimmick in the map. I like it a lot. Next up on the list, we are taking a look at D-Day, and D-Day is one of the most 50-50 maps in the game, in my personal opinion. A lot of that is dependent on your team's want or willingness to use rally points. And I remember, like, when I first started playing this game, and like airplanes would just come in with their bombs and like just drop them along the beach or shoot their rockets and get like 20 to 30 kill streaks every time. It was crazy. So super hectic, sometimes really fun, sometimes really annoying. I'm gonna have to give it I'm gonna give it a B. Moving on down the list, we are now gonna start taking a look at good old La Brea. And La Brea is it's a pretty good to average map if I had to, like, you know, take all things into consideration. I have pretty fond memories of it, I guess you could say, and I've never like played a game on it like, wow, this is like horribly designed. And I don't even think I really see many gray zone tanks or anything of that nature. So pretty good across the board, and I like the color scheme. I like how you can fight in the middle where all the buildings and the small cities are, or you can kind of flank around on the outside and all the like wheat fields and hedgerows or whatever the case may be. Pretty good, man. I'm gonna have to also give this one a B. The next opponent on our list of maps is going to be the very infamous ruins of Vaux, and this map is pretty average to me, all things considered. I think it's good or better when you think of it from the perspective of an infantry player or maybe a plane player. But if you're somebody who likes to use tanks, I don't think this map is one that's necessarily up your alley, considering the fact that, especially, you know, if you're attacking in the way where you go to the swamp, that way, like, it's not really good, because you start in the forest and then you go into a very compact, tight city where it's easy for people to flank you and throw explosive packs. Then you go into another forest and then you attack a bunker. And then, I mean, like, the only time you can really take advantage of using a tank, in my personal opinion, is when you get towards the end of the map and you're like more so towards the swamp and the open fields where everybody is running in the open. So I don't know, it's pretty average to me. I'm going to give this one a C. Next map we're taking a look at in the Normandy campaign is actually one of my personal favorite for this campaign in particular. We are talking about Omer, and what I really like about it is that this is like straight 100% urban warfare, and it's a really stark contrast to what you normally get in the Normandy campaign, which is a lot of like open fields and farmland and stuff like that. This is really like on the complete other side of the spectrum, and it's a nice little shake up for, you know, this campaign in particular. They even have like little rivers that you can get in boats and go down. I don't ever see anybody do that, but just fighting on this map in general is one of my personal favorite things to do in the Normandy campaign. So I'm going to give this one an S tier as well. Few more maps we got going on here in the Normandy campaign, and then we will transition to a new one. But before that, we got to take a look at Gare De Saint Lo, which is also a really good map, believe it or not. Reason being is because I feel like this map in particular was implemented into the game for the confrontation game mode. It wasn't like one of the maps that originally shipped with the Normandy campaign. The reason I say that is because of the linear fashion that this map always plays in every time you actually play on it. They don't necessarily make you explore the entire map when you're capturing these points, because there's like a whole like railroad track and like left side of the map that you, I guess depending on if you're on the US or German side, that you don't necessarily get to use or utilize for some odd reason. They kind of always make you run in a straight line whenever you're advancing through the map. And like I said, I don't think it's a bad thing. I do feel like the map is a little bit underutilized, but it flows good for the confrontation game mode in particular, which is one of my favorite because you can get a lot of XP in that one. So I'm gonna have to give this one I'm gonna give this one an A. I ain't even gonna lie, man, like as I'm doing this list, I'm just coming to the realization that Normandy really has some bangers, because we're looking at Perelle Village, and all I gotta say about this map is, especially for tankers and pilots, this map is like a godsend because this is nothing but open field. The infantry has no choice but to basically get down or lie down, and that's pretty much the name of the game for this map. Is definitely very vehicle oriented, but I like it a lot, and there's not a whole lot of maps in this game that are vehicle oriented, so I'm gonna go S tier for this one as well. Another one of the tried and true classics, we are now going to stop and take a look at Versailles, and I feel like this is one of the most balanced maps in the game, personally speaking, especially for the assault game mode, because it's one of the only maps in the game that actually feature that as a game mode, and that's how you know it's made specifically with good balance in mind, even though you have to attack 2 points at the same time. Neither here nor there. I think this map has a pretty good mix of urban warfare, and then it transitions into open fields, and then it ends at the chateau. And yes, it's really nice mixing and changing the pace throughout a match, particularly on that map. Not that I'm gonna say it's the best map in the game, but I do think it is above average, so we're gonna go B. You probably are thinking that Normandy is all sunshine and rainbows as far as the maps, but there's some bad ones too. One of them being Château du Bosq. Reason I'm already coming out and saying that I don't like it is because it's featured on Conquest, which is one of the weaker game modes in the game already. Not only that, transitioning from A to C is just running through a lot of open field, which is not really fun. So I understand why most people center around actually fighting around the chateau, but that just makes for not so much fun gameplay. You might as well make this map smaller and then make it a team deathmatch kind of game mode, which they haven't implemented into the game either for some odd reason, but neither here nor there. I'm going to give this map a D. Coming up next should be everybody's personal favorite map in the Normandy campaign, and of course I'm talking about good old swamps of Riviers. I'm joking, by the way. Everybody knows this map is probably one of the worst maps, if not the worst map in the game. And again, it's the same reasons as the last thing. Conquest, it's already not that fun, and then it's like you're gonna make me play in a swamp. And it's like, so what, you want me to run across a swamp with no cover, or like what do you want me to do here? Like every time I play Conquest on that map, I never had a good time, and I've never in my entire tenure of playing Enlisted heard anybody say, oh, I really hope we get swamps of Riviers, I love that map. I've never heard that. So again, we're gonna have to give this one a big old D. Last but not least, we are going to take a look at the Colville Farm, which honestly, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I like the aesthetic appeal of it, the little windmill or whatever fighting in the city on the other side. And I think it's small and compact enough where this is like the only tolerable map in probably the enlisted game, honestly, to play Conquest on, because everything is so like close and action oriented. You're never really in a down moment when you're playing Conquest on that map in particular. So I will actually give Colville Farm I'll give them a B. Not that bad, especially for Conquest. Whew. I ain't gonna lie, it took me like a whole 10 minutes to get through all those maps in the Normandy campaign. And not that I can't talk for a long time, because I can, but what I do realize is that a lot of you people don't have super long attention spans. So what I think I will do from this point is break it down into separate videos for each campaign. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you guys did. I had a lot of fun talking about these maps. It is something that has been on my mind for a minute, so I just want to chat it up and see what you guys thought about all the maps as well. I do plan on talking about all the other campaigns as well, but like I said, let me know what you guys think about this, and let me know what you guys think about all the maps throughout the comment section. And I hope you guys have a lovely day. Don't forget to aim for that like button and shoot that subscribe button as well. Help you find better teammates and help your skill-based matchmaking, and I hope you have a good day. Black Guy out.